Hey, what's up guys? This is Anthony from Anthony's Customs, and for this review, we are looking at the Storm Collectibles Ultra Street Fighter II The Final Challengers Violent Ken figure, which is basically the same as Ryu. We have a couple different things here and there, but overall it's the same as the Evil Ryu figure, and it is based on this artwork, which is why the pants are tattered and the sleeves are tattered, even though Ken does not normally have that. This guy does, and that's what it's based on. So let's go ahead and get him off the stand and take a closer look. This guy stands just shy of 19 centimeters, which makes him just about 7¼ inches, right around there. So he's definitely kind of sizable. The gi does come off just like Ryu's. I'm not going to bother doing it. It's the same exact process. And basically the main body parts are the same. We do have the different sleeves, of course, and the different pants. Otherwise, it's basically the same exact figure. As far as accessories go, we have 4 different heads: the neutral head, the smiling head, the yelling head, and then the beat up head. Now the beat up head for Ryu looked like it had blood. This one looks like it has macaroni and cheese. But it's like this on the back of the box too, so it's intentional. So maybe in the game he had orange instead of red. I don't know, I never played Ultra, so if anybody can let me know, that would be cool. As far as hands go, we have 2 fist hands, 2 Hadoken hands, 2 charging Hadoken hands, and then 2 kind of style pose hands. We do have a purpley pink fire accessory for an uppercut, and then we have a purpley pink and clear fireball accessory, which is pretty cool. Maybe a little excessively clear, but it's cool because on this one, unlike Ryu's, which was clear for no apparent reason, this one has the pinkish purple hands inside, which I really like that effect. I'm very, very pleased with that. And then, of course, we do have our little display stand for the fireball, or to help support the figure. And then, even though it's basically the same as Ryu, I'll run through it anyway. For the articulation, we have a long double ball peg for the neck, which lets that work really nicely. Connects all the way down here, so you can actually lean the figure's head side to side. And then, of course, you have the ball peg at the top to move it, and that's fine. For the shoulders, big ball peg connecting the arm to the torso. Then we have our ball hinge on the outside, which has way better than horizontal range, so that's good. Full rotation, no problem at all. Little tighter than Ryu's, but it's not terrible. Bicep swivel is kind of tight, but it works. That's okay. Doesn't really want to go this way too much, but it can swing in. Double jointed elbow gives you about 90 degrees. For the wrists, we have our ball peg and ball hinge combination, which is nice with our floating wrist piece right there. Hands should pose no problem. That's pretty good. I do really like that combo joint. And then for the torso, same as Ryu, we have a single ball peg in here, which works nicely. Single ball peg down here, which falls apart. So I can't really show you the upper joint because it's just going to pop off the lower joint. So that's definitely a problem. I don't think I mentioned it on Ryu, but I showed that it comes off, so you should have understood that this does rotate around. So that's kind of nice. Now for the hips, they pop the torso off again, but we do have the range, which is basically full-on splits. They're just too thick and squish off the torso, which is definitely a problem. Rotation is fine on this guy. His aren't binding at all, so that's pretty good. Thigh swivel's fine. Double jointed knee, still less than 90 degrees. Actually, his is pretty much 90 degrees, so that's better than Ryu's. I guess this part is a different sculpt, so maybe that's what's affording that. So that's pretty good. We do have rotation at the shin, which is nice. Ankle hinge doesn't go very far forward. It does go back pretty far, so that's nice. You have your ankle rocker, which is really just a swivel hinge. And then you can rotate there to give yourself a true ankle rocker, which is really nice. And then you have your toe hinge, which is kind of useless, but it's okay. So again, overall, it's a really solid figure. That torso problem is a serious problem. I absolutely understand if people don't want to buy them because of that. I personally will overlook that and maybe try to fix it, but you shouldn't have to do that. So don't get me wrong, that is an absolute 100% problem. Figures that fall apart, not okay, especially at the higher price point that these guys are coming in at. So it's definitely a bummer. I hate that that's an issue. I would much rather have just loved these guys right out of the box and had no issues, but I still like them, but that's because I like Street Fighter and I like the character designs. So you guys can let me know what you think. I think that's a total bummer that they have such a severe problem as the figure falling in half. That is not okay. So I can't say I recommend it. I can say I recommend it now that I gave you the information. You can decide for yourself. I recommend you decide for yourself. I don't officially recommend it, even though I do personally like the figure. So there you go. Falling apart figures is not okay. Thanks for watching, guys. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. I do have new videos up just about every single day. We talk about action figures, obviously, movies, TV shows, video games. Although, we haven't talked about TV shows in forever because there haven't been any I wanted to talk about. So, maybe I should change that. Talk about movies, action figures, and video games. There we go. That'll work. And other fun stuff. So make sure you come back for that. And in the meantime, keep collecting.